Then the house started to kind of vibrate, and I knew at this point we were in trouble. And then I yelled and screamed, "Get down." And I jumped and laid on my kids, and I watched our house completely go up and come back down. I knew at that point that I was in trouble, that my legs were either crushed or severed. You know, once the kids left, and I knew they were safe, I knew I didn't have a whole lot more time left. I said, you know, there must be a reason or a purpose that I'm here. I will figure out what my purpose in life is. But you gotta let me live long enough to figure out what it is.
Stephanie Decker is one of the stories which was more prominent that emerged from the devastating tornadoes in March of 2012 in southern Indiana. She was the mother who lost her legs shielding her kids.
When the storm passed, Stephanie's kids were okay, but her legs were crushed and she was left paralyzed.
Person of the Week. She is a true hometown hero. She acted quickly in a disaster, made a great sacrifice, and saved her children.
So I kept fighting. I kept fighting through the pain, the fear of imagining my kid's life without a mother, my husband's life without a wife. Okay, maybe just my kid's life without a mother. Finally, rescuers got to me, and they transported me out. I was in the back of a Jeep Cherokee, and one of the rescuers, Russ, I didn't know him at the time, and he had to actually hold my head up. And I had a punctured lung, I had 8 broken ribs, and then he also had to hold a tourniquet on my left leg so I wouldn't bleed out and die. And I could tell, his face, he was so upset, he was so tense. He couldn't even look at me, and he couldn't even look at my legs. They were in such bad shape. And I knew I needed to do something. I had to say something to break the tension and help him through this moment. And I looked at him and I said, "Russ?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "Well, guess there goes pedicures."
I just love you. And I saw you say that you want to dance with me.
I would love to dance with you.
All right.
I had to get transported to an ambulance, and then I got transported to a local hospital, and then I got transferred finally to a level 1 trauma center at the University of Louisville. I've been brought in by helicopter. I am amazingly still aware. I'm aware of my surroundings. I'm being wheeled into the operating room. They must think I'm crazy because I'm looking around. I'm trying to talk, but I'm intubated, so I can't really talk. But I actually recognize some of the doctors that are there, and I'm trying to speak to one of them, and he knows that I'm trying to talk to him. I'm giving him the stare, and he's like, "Okay, I see that you're trying to say something," and so they finally get the tubing out so that I can say something. And he gets really close to me. He said, "What, Stephanie, I see you're trying to tell me something. What are you trying to tell me?" He goes, "I said, you're going to take off that damn IU hat before you ever start working on me." There it goes. I'm a firm believer in life that the only limitations in our lives are the ones we set upon ourselves. And boy, was I motivated. I wanted to walk. And there were some uphill battles. I can remember I marched in doctors, hospital staff, insurance companies, prosthetists. There was about 15 of them. And I said, "I expect you, and you to do your job. I expect the best medical care possible. I expect the best technology for my active lifestyle. And I expect insurance to pay for it." We need a plan. We need to move forward. What are our options? People have to walk. And he looked at me like I was crazy again. He goes, "You're still in the ICU, Steph." And I said, "I'm ready to pick a direction. I need my life back. I want to walk again. I want to run again. I want to play with my kids again. I want to do all the things that I used to do." I'm positive, even through the most difficult of situations, even through lying trapped under the debris of an F4 tornado, traumatizing my children, severing my legs, because it's a choice. You get to choose how you handle adversity in your life. You get to choose whether your outlook will be one of bleak or one of hope. You choose how you're going to handle your storm. I chose to fight and get my life back. So if there's anything that you take away from this message, I challenge you to find your purpose. Mine is the Stephanie Decker Foundation. What is yours? Find something that's bigger than yourself. Be passionate about it. Build a community of believers in your friends, your family, your neighbors, strangers across the globe. Do it now, before your storm hits. And understand there will be more storms out there. More tornadoes will come. But out of every storm, there is a rainbow. We all just have to look for it. Thank you.